Yeah. We'll get it. Ready? All right. Welcome back to Pat and Go with Paul Browning. I'm your host, Paul Browning. For those who are watching on YouTube, make sure you are liking and subscribing, sharing to all your friends, your buddies. Let them know that there's some great content coming out of our studio with sports. So you guys can like and subscribe at KPPF 1040 a.m. on YouTube, and also Pat and Go with Paul Browning. So, guys, I think it's time for us to hop into our second segment, Flag on a Play.
Yep.
All right,
Flag on
so
a play.
definitely. So once again, we are here with Guy with Mountain Country Sports Radio, and so when we go flag on a play, we're throwing a flag on whatever controversial or thing that's we don't like it as much. So we're gonna throw a flag on the play.
Right.
There's a penalty for them. Now I think as a collective group, we've come together that this week has been. I'm going to try this
Heartbreaking.
word. Heartbreaking. I think that's a great one
that Raiders
for
jersey.
DJ.
Depends
Yeah.
on your perspective.
Yeah,
now.
definitely. Right. For the Raiders, when it comes to a personality and somebody in football with the personality that we've had when it comes to John Gruden, really disappointing. I know he was a coach that I, from the outside looking in, really liked a lot of how he coached. And, growing up in the early 2000s, or, I'm from a 90s
Considered
baby.
a player's coach. Too.
Yeah, and seeing what he did with the Raiders back in the day, and then with the Bucks to win that Super Bowl, for it to come back around, and there's some emails that have been put into light
Now removed from the ring of fame.
Right.
There.
Yeah. So and all because of these emails that have, for those who don't know, some emails have been circulated or have been actually grabbed up during an investigation of the Washington football team and their misconduct. They were able to find some emails from John Gruden that were not only racist, sexist, and also homophobic
And misogynistic.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So and it's just. It's like I said, very, very.
It's sad.
Very sad.
It really
very
is sad.
Sad and troubling.
10-year contract he had, and he's in his fourth year, and so he was going to be around. He was going to be a Raider forever, pretty much, and he knows football and ESPN. Of course, with his background there.
Yeah.
So it is. It's so sad.
Yeah, and it's one of the things where the really light place for me, the happy place for me is. He's being made an example of. I think there's no place in and let me say this because you guys know I've been in the locker room. I've been in that NFL locker room, and I've been in high school, college. There's a lot of, to say it how it is, toxic masculinity that is inside of a locker room.
Right.
It just is what it is. I mean, there's a lot of times where we talk a certain way, and I think it's good that change is coming, when it comes to those who do not carry themselves in the correct way, who are not going to have love for everybody and have a certain way of thinking that really is not acceptable for that to be brought out into the light. I don't know if you guys have any
Not
any
to
takes.
make light of that, but how is this the only thing that comes out of those computers? We have not seen any report from the Washington football team investigation other than this.
Yeah, and I guess for me, that's I also throw a flag on the NFL because routinely the NFL is kind of late to the party. That's just I'm gonna call a spade a spade with the Ray Rice situation. You guys remember that, where he had had that domestic violence incident, and he wasn't really facing any real penalty until TMZ got the video. And the moment that the video hit the airwaves,
well, that makes me look bad.
Exactly. So it's making decisions off of public opinion versus morality.
Then the NFL jumps it.
Right.
There you
versus
go.
when from the start it should have been, this is really an issue for us. We do not align with this.
Right.
We are going to we're going to hit you with the book. So then when it does come out,
well, at the very least, I'm doing an investigation. We got this panel of people that are going to look over everything.
At the very least. Yes, at the very least. So.
Well, and they're talking about enablers, right? They're going to try to find some enablers with Coach Gruden as well. Who else was involved and what all part they had. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what comes up here in the next couple of weeks.
Because he's not the only one. I guarantee, like I said, when it comes to being in an NFL locker room, there's a certain there's a certain just bravado that's in the NFL locker room. He's not the only one talking like that. I guarantee it. I guarantee there's other guys, and the NFLPA is doing their due diligence to make sure if anybody else is talking like this, if anybody else is trying to be like this, we're going to find you. You're going to be found, and you don't have a place. So I get that, and I stand behind it. But once again, I have an issue with the NFL for being late to the party because just like what we talked about with the Black National Anthem,
right?
It doesn't seem as genuine. It does not seem that genuine. It's kind of just like now it's an issue because we were talking about this. I mean, this news came up on Sunday morning, and he still coached the whole game. And then after, when more came out, that's when it became an issue.
And we talked about these emails go back, 12 years, something like that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
If it was an email, that means somebody else got the message.
Right.
And why didn't they report the messages when they were getting them? This built up over a period of time. I think that's one of the questions about this whole thing.
Right. Like you said, for it to be through time, for it to be something that's,
Where do the Raiders go from here, too? I mean, they get the assistant coaches and all that, too. But it's going to be interesting, especially Sunday.
Well, I'm really excited because Greg Olson takes over play calling this weekend. He's called some pretty good games, especially last year. And he has the confidence of Derek Carr, so I don't think that productivity is going to be too much down. I think they'll play up this weekend, especially here in Mile High City.
Yeah.
Well, and Paul, I wanted to ask you, as a NFL player, what does something like this do to the team?
I'm not sure you went through anything this
you didn't go through anything like this, but I mean, you've got players, friends that are still playing in the NFL. What does this do to the psyche?
Well, one thing is it's the NFL. It's a business.
Right.
So one thing that is the constant is somebody is removed rather quickly when you didn't necessarily know that they were going to be removed, and that happens all the time in the NFL. So I think
in any job, really.
It really, I could totally understand that.
You messed up, you're out.
Right. I think the NFL a little bit more on steroids when it comes to if I say too many times in here, I feel like I'll be all right. But NFL, don't misstep. But that's one of the things where it is a constant where things may change around you. You still have to come to work, and you still got to show up. And that's the thing. I have full confidence that the Raiders players and then in that locker room can band together and make sure that they can work as a unit. It's a group of grown men who already understand how to play this football game. Been playing for years. I mean, it's not a team full of rookies. So hopefully that's one of the things that can happen with Oakland. They can band together and know that we are a unit. We are a good team. I mean, they have the first open gay player on that roster. And for them to be able to open arms, make sure that they're bringing that person, making sure he feels even comfortable to release that. Mm-hmm. I mean, that says something for the Oakland Raiders and that Oakland,
that's
Las Vegas Raiders,
Las Vegas.
for them to be able to do that, and I think they should be all right. It's definitely gonna mess with the season though. It's definitely gonna mess with the season.
I believe so. Well, in the first game, it's the beloved Broncos. So
I know.
We'll see who's on the sideline.
Yeah. So this will be an excellent test.
I'm going for the home team for that game. When we get to the picks.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna get to the picks. So that's gonna
that flag went out.
Yeah, that flag we threw it. That's a mean flag.
I threw it Sunday morning. Yeah.
I thought about you when the news broke, by the way. So
Yeah.
I wonder what DJ is going through right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Raider Nation is sad.
Yeah, no, and I understand that. But that's going to do it for the flag on the play. When we come back, we're going to introduce another guest. But for right now, we still got Guy on with Mountain Country Sports. So we're going to take a quick little break. This is Pat and Go with Paul Browning.